Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's your favorite duo. You have
I
mascara
kind
on
of
your
doubt
face.
that.
You think we're not their favorite duo?
I think we're not.
That's crazy.
I might be their favorite sidekick, but
Sidekick's crazy.
I'm a sidekick with main character energy.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Like Princess Donut.
Right. Okay, so is that a teaser for what you're going to buy today? The next book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl.
You know what?
Oh,
I might.
hell yeah.
Do something light and fluffy and
Okay.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm buying anything.
Yep.
Did you do your research? Do you know the themes?
Oh. Nope.
The title theme is ordinal numbers. Do you know what that
It's
means?
what?
Ordinal numbers. Numbers that indicate what order they're in a sequence.
Oh,
so like
first, second, third. Okay.
And then I opened it up to last and final because I felt like a lot of people were going to struggle with it and just want to pick like 2, 3, 4. And I was like, no, it has to be second, third, fourth. But then also like last, final, like anywhere. Some people put middle.
Okay.
I don't know if that technically counts, but like I'll allow it.
What about median?
You know, sure. If you can find a title with median in it,
Okay.
I guess I support you. I already
All right.
have my book
All right.
picked out for this.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'll let them see it first.
The final dip.
Right. So this is, have you ever heard of
Are
anthropomorphic?
you using that for a bookmark?
Yeah.
Have you tracked him yet?
Yes.
Did you?
It's so cute. Okay, yesterday was my birthday. My mommy got me, well, she didn't get me a red panda. She donated
Kinda.
to the Red Panda Initiative, or whoever follow. They have all of these animals that they support, and then you can get the code. I was like the 50,000th person to be tracking this specific one.
Seriously?
Yeah, so imagine how
Wow.
much money they're generating. Well, I don't know, because it came with a bracelet. Look how cute! So I'm sure, like, obviously a lot of the money goes into this, and then a certain portion goes towards
Yeah.
them. So now I have this Njima is my little red panda that I'm tracking. I'll show you. I have the app.
Oh, cool.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, we removed your bookmark now.
It's okay. I was only on page 2.
Okay.
Look how big the font is.
Ooh.
Okay, so have you heard of sentient object erotica?
Can't say as I have.
Okay, have you heard of anthropomorphic food erotica?
If you leave off the last word,
Okay.
I have.
Okay. So this is like kind of a mix of both.
Okay.
So sentient object is like when there's a creature. I'm sure you've read a book like this where there's like a person who's trapped in an item or trapped inside an animal or something.
An animal, sure.
Yeah, so like they can come like afterward, like there's a spell that's trapping them in there, and the whole book is about getting them out or whatever. So in this one, she transforms into a chicken nugget, and she has to choose which dip she wants to be with. Final, see, final.
Okay.
Is my that's my pick. Anyway, and then the cover prompt is accessories.
Okay.
So in my mind, it's like hats, jewelry,
Belts.
gloves, technically shoes, but like I feel like shoes is a little too basic. So I'm not going to choose shoes. I'm going to choose something. Actually, it was my birthday yesterday, and my husband got me.
Oh, cute.
Isn't it cute? This little heart necklace. I don't wear jewelry enough, and I feel like people don't buy me jewelry very often because I don't wear jewelry enough.
I
and,
never do because you don't.
and I'm also very picky, I feel.
Yeah.
And today, look, I'm wearing a bracelet and a necklace
Yeah.
that was gifted to me yesterday, and the theme is accessories. So I have to find somebody with a cute
Serendipitous.
necklace or something.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, I tried out like 10 different books last night, the first chapter of a bunch of romances, because I thought I'll go buy one of them here, and not a single one of them was doing it for me.
Okay.
So I feel like I should probably just pick off of my own TBR shelf. Quickly
Yep.
update us on what you read since we saw you last.
I'm still working on the one book.
Okay. The short story collection.
The Harlan Ellison.
That's good because that was your goal, was to only pick it up when you really wanted to read.
Yes.
Have you done it like you've read in one sitting each story?
Yes. Yes. I'm really surprised that I had never heard of him before.
Yeah, that's what everyone in the comments was saying. They were like, you guys haven't heard of this guy.
Because I read from so many of his contemporaries. Mm-hmm. Like, and I feel like, I mean, Heinlein and Asimov were, you know, like 10, 20 years ahead of him, but I can see their influence on his writing. When we looked at it, it was in sections, right? And the first couple of stories were called Angry Gods.
Yeah.
And the story that I have heard most people mention when they talk about this guy is that I have no mouth and I must scream. I gotta tell you, if that was the only thing that I had ever read from him,
yeah,
it's bleak.
Wait, I've heard of that. That's like a novella.
It's like his most well-known work.
Yeah, weird. I didn't know that was by him.
Yeah.
Okay, I just put out a survey to people to tell me like the book that made them cry the most, a book that made them shocked the most, a book that made them make them laugh the most. Uh-huh. And a bunch of people responded with, I have no mouth. What is it? I have no mouth and I cannot scream.
And I must scream.
I must scream. That was for, I think, shocked. Like people were shocked by that story.
A lot of science fiction is hope for the God. Like
sure.
It's hopeful. There is no hope in this story.
Oh,
like
no.
I'm left feeling just
oh God.
It was awful. Like, in a good way.
Okay.
Awful story. Just, wow.
So I asked you to tab the one you'd recommend to me most.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the one.
No. No.
I like your bookmark choice for this one.
My little mushroom they bought me.
Cute.
Little mushroom. But my favorite one so far, Mephisto in Onyx.
Okay.
Mephisto in Onyx. Doesn't tell you anything about the story at all.
What group is it in?
Oh, well, there's a good question. See, I brought the book because I knew you'd have questions and I wouldn't be able to remember. Right? Yeah, it's in Lost Souls.
Okay.
I'm in the Passage of Time now, and then it closes with the lighter side. So I'm thinking that the ones at the end will be, well.
So maybe that's an
lighter.
Intentional journey that you're supposed to go on.
It starts out just dark.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I feel like we should be ashamed we don't know this author.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't read that one yet.
No.
But maybe you'll give us a full review next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. What did I call it? Sentient object?
Yes.
He's a man, but also a dragon?
No, it's a dragon trapped in the body of a man.
Oh, gotcha. He has some accessories, I feel. You could consider this for... Look, you're going to win the challenge too. He's got shoes. That's like a sash. An armband. That might be a bracelet.
And a bird.
Is that an accessory?
He's wearing it as an accessory.
Okay. What if I got a mystery book and I just said, like, there's someone who's an accessory to murder? No? It's a table just for me.
Weird girl. Bitch.
Do any of them have accessories? I just read this one.
It's a bow.
She has a heart. I already read that. Actually, I read that one. I've 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 read that one. Weird girl books are kind of my bread and butter.
Kinda.
I've read this one too. I do like this title, Murder Bimbo. Is the American flag an accessory?
It's a pin, so yes.
Oh, it is a pin.
It is a pin.
She has a, what's this called?
Rosary.
Rosary.
Gone Girl for the Luigi Mangione era.
Oh, sure.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah. Bracelet, ring.
Oh, that looks like a hairpin.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. Like, I know I hate a sprayed edge.
But that's cute.
But, oh my God, I was going to say no. Like,
really?
I could get on board. Like, if it has to be a sprayed edge, one color. When we're doing, like, pictures on the spray, I think that's horrific.
Do you?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty.
Okay, well, let's find you one then. What if I just buy an accessory?
And do what with it? You wouldn't
Where? Hey.
You wouldn't wear that.
You don't know me.
I think I do.
Okay. Oh, here's all your books.
Oh, here we go. Where's the pink one? There you go.
One.
Doomsday Scenario.
Is there an accessory? A tiara.
Well, of course. Princess Donut has a tiara.
You're crushing the challenge without even planning to do it. Hey, it's voiceover Kayla again. Bet you didn't think you'd hear from her again so soon. Last week I accidentally filmed something in the wrong setting and Rob and I did a voiceover and apparently here we are again. Here's the quick haul with me and my mom. She ended up getting Isles of the Ember Dark. This is a Brandon Sanderson book. And what we're talking about here is just the fact that I lent her Trust of the Emerald Sea before and she liked it, and how this is another standalone, and how the blurbs intrigued her. And I was saying that the cover looks kind of middle grade, or that it could kind of be for any age range, which is fun. I don't think we talked about the plot at all, so you'll have to learn that next time if you don't already know. And then she also got Dungeon Crawler Carl, book number 2. Carl's, what does that say? Doomsday Scenario. And we were talking if you have to read them in order or not. And I was posing the question to you if it matters if the entire series has to be read in order. I don't know why I cared. I think it's just that they don't have the numbers on them. So I was like, they're really making it hard to make sure you do pick it up in order. And then I picked up Cruelty Free. And this has nothing to do with my challenges at all, but this green is like my favorite tone of green. I said it's the same color as my mom's eyes, and she said it's the same color as your eyes because we have the same eyes. And that's what you missed. I'm sorry this happened again. And I don't understand how it's never happened before because it's so easy to accidentally change the setting. I'm going to show you because this is infuriating to me how similar these two modes look. So when I'm filming, like this is what the screen looks like. When I press record, there's a little red bar around the side. So like that's how I know everything's recording properly. There's only 3 modes to this camera. It's intended for vloggers. So like I push the button and it's taking a picture. It's very clearly different. It looks like I'm taking a picture. If I push it again, I'm in filming mode. I push it one more time and look how similar those 2 screens look. And even the red bar shows up around the edge like I'm recording, but it's filming in slow motion and it's filming with no sound. And it's so easy for me to just miss that top little corner change, especially when I wasn't fiddling with the settings at any point. Like it must have been while I was in the store and I like accidentally clicked it instead of the on button. And then I don't know. It's like, if it's that easy, how have I never done it before? Literally, this has never been an issue, but now I've done it twice. At least last time me and Rob could do a fun voiceover. This time, like I can't get that back with my mom. Anyway, I'm sad now. I'm gonna go take a bath. And I'm going to read my chicken nugget book. But first, I figured I should decide what my accessory book is going to be. Because these are all the books that I don't want to put in my TBR closet. And therefore, I'm like kind of committing to reading all of these on the top shelf. The bottom shelf is already planned for content. The top shelf is stuff that I just want to read by the end of the year, but I don't have a specific plan for. So let's see what we've got. I would love to read this. No accessories. No accessories. Oh, this, I started watching the miniseries. Terrible. Hated it. Watched the first episode and then I watched the last episode just to see how it ended because I couldn't put myself through that. And now I have no reason to actually own this anymore. Now, this one I knew had binoculars and I feel like this, oh my God, there's also a ring. I was going to say this one shouldn't count because for my own take on the Buzzword reading challenge, it's wearable accessories. And I don't think binoculars are wearable unless they have a strap, and these don't have straps. This one, we're gonna have hands and fingers on a cover. No rings, no bracelets. This is a romance show, I shouldn't pick it. No accessories on that. I feel like I kind of want something to replace the vibes of the Veronica Speedwell series because I've been including her in all of the episodes so far and now she's missing and I kind of want to do historical still. So we've got thrillers, we've got speculative. This one, she's got earrings and a headband. This is a most agreeable murder. I feel like there's accessories on this one. Okay, she's got a little bracelet. Probably earrings. He has boots and a sword. I don't know what that's called. A sword sling. So that's certainly accessories. Ooh, this one too. She has a little bonnet. He has a scarf. Oh yeah, Shield of Sparrows. This one, somebody told me that would be good for the Buzzword challenge. It has a crown. Okay, I mean, maybe. I feel like I'm deciding between these 3, but I will also try the first chapter of this. And because I imagine the chicken nugget book is going to go by really quickly, and so I'll give you some extra content by reading the first chapter of all of these, and then we'll decide which one is the right one. Ooh, this is really a vibe, isn't it? I got this pink robe also for my birthday. Everything is pink. Just me celebrating a new year with my chicken nuggets. So our main character is Penelope, but she decides to rename herself to Nuggie. She is just sitting in a restaurant enjoying her chicken nuggets when suddenly she is transformed into a chicken nugget. And she is indulging in all of the sauces. There's more than just these 4. We've probably met 10 different sauces. We have Thai chili. We had like barbecue, honey mustard. Let me know down below what the best dipping sauce is. It's obviously honey mustard. Truffle aioli, garlic parmesan, ranch, which I think is the worst sauce. Fight me in the comments. And they all really embody their sauce. Like the truffle aioli is very thick and slow, a cool relief over her heat after trying out the sriracha. But also like him himself, he embodies like the vibe of a truffle aioli. She tries out each one of the sauces, really dunks herself into one of them. She's like giving them all a taste, basically. In the first 50 pages, the same thing has happened 3 different times where she thinks she's tried every sauce and then suddenly a new sauce comes out from around the corner. The first time it was lava, molten lava dip. He emerged from the dark shadows and he's like, I know you've tried out all these other sauces, but are you ready for me? You can't handle me. And all the other sauces are like, oh my God, the lava's not allowed out. He's a hazard. And he's like, careful, I don't tease, I consume. She didn't flinch. She dipped deep. Lava rose to meet her, coating her fully, scalding her in waves of blistering pleasure. She felt herself melt at the edges, the golden crust gone soft under his searing kiss. But if she's losing her crispiness, ooh, was this a metaphor for something? How is she getting it back? Or is she just like slowly disintegrating? So lava came out, did his thing. And then at the end of the next chapter, she went through all the sauces again, and then Buffalo comes out of the shadows. He goes, you can't handle me. She says, oh, baby, I don't want to handle you. I want to feel you rip through me. She dipped, slow and shameless. Absolutely, girl. And then the ketchup is jealous in the corner. You never dipped that deep with me. Then another one comes out of the shadows at the end of the next chapter. You think you've tasted everything? Nuggie turned, licking truffle from her lips. A new figure stepped forward, tall, black, viscous. Midnight molasses with black garlic bourbon reduction. Holy fuck, murmured Spicy Mayo. He didn't just dip, he dragged. Every ounce of him was meant for slow sin. There was no rush with molasses. He was the flavor that bent you over the table and kept you there all night. This is my official audition for Kay Bello. If you need an audiobook narrator, hi. These sentient object romances like never have audiobooks. I want to listen to this. It's hilarious. Oh my God, if you're new here, sorry, really sorry. The closest thing I read to this was the s'more one. And what happens in like all of these books is the main character always has some traumatic backstory. And I hope that this one's not going to, because it's always about like someone healing. And while I think that's beautiful, I just want to have fun. And I think right now it's fun, but surely we can't keep this up for very much longer, because 3 times it's been like, oh, you thought you had all the sauces. Here's a dangerous sauce. Okay, we're doing it again. We're just listing every sauce. She let them take her, all of them, at once. Another one! Diablo Inferno entered. He's a sauce not listed on any menu. The sauces stirred. Some licked their lids in anticipation. Who's taking off their lids? They don't have opposable thumbs. Just as she thought she found her limit, the kitchen door cracked open again. 3 bottles glided in, labels hidden, moving with sensual precision. She has thighs? Hold on. They surrounded her. One drizzled himself along her thigh. So this is not a representation of Chicken Nugget Girl? Bro, I'm so confused. So she still looks like a human, but she has chicken nugget skin? Okay, we're 69 pages in. Surely there can't be any more. Like, we have to get to a plot. You've tasted us all, said Truffle Aioli. You've devoured our essence. Now you must choose. She has to choose. Who's she gonna choose? Oh, she's not gonna choose. She says, I'm your muse. You're craving your chaos. I'm what keeps you awake at night, licking your lips. I'm not yours. I'm flavor incarnate. Nuggie was a revolution. I've been reading a lot of chef-y type books lately, like Aftertaste. I've just read Chef's Kiss. I read It's Different This Time, which has a chef as the love interest, and I've been really into the kitchen stuff, so this was just a natural progression of my reading, I feel. In It's Different This Time, they even like kind of got it on in the kitchen of his restaurant, which was kind of crazy. This phrase, she wasn't just dipped, she was devoured, has happened like 10 times in 80 pages. It just keeps saying Nuggie wasn't done yet. She like goes through every single sauce, then goes through every single sauce again, then goes through every single sauce again, then goes through every single sauce again. As they're mixing, they're like, these two mixed together, try it out. These two are mixed together, try it out. But Nuggie wasn't done yet. Let this girl take a nap. She wasn't just Nuggie, she was sauce master, a flavor slut. I'm not your toy, she purred. I'm your queen. Then crown yourself, my queen. With a snap of a napkin, Nuggie ascended the to-go lid throne that Sriracha constructed with a reverent, trembled hand. They're calling this a coronation. Her legs spread slightly as she sat, golden thighs dripping with molasses, honey mustard, and the faintest glint of ranch, symbols of her conquests. But power was never enough. Desire still pulsed within her, relentless and slick. Nuggie leaned forward, voice thick with heat. This kitchen belongs to me now. But I will not rule alone. I want flavor. I want chaos. I know we can't expect incredibly written books when they're like this, but like I feel like they could be, and we deserve it. The repetition in here is just, it's exhausting. She wasn't just a snack, she was a legend. He didn't dip her, he poured over her. He didn't whisper, he roared. Not just dipped, infused. She didn't walk, she pounced. You're not just fire, you're mine. You didn't drown, you thrived. That kind of heat, it doesn't destroy you, it cures you. He wasn't sauce, he was sin. A queen not just dipped, but anointed. This wasn't the end, it was just the beginning. Wait, there's still more coming. Now it's chimichurri. Bernays. Bernays arrived with heavy cream, thick yolk, and French arrogance. He didn't ask, he claimed. Pouring himself directly into her mouth and letting it overflow, drip down her chin and chest as she swallowed greedily. She didn't stop him. She demanded more. Tzatziki's here! Peanut sauce! Mango habanero! Hoisin? They didn't just dip into her, they danced with her. Applesauce? Oh, applause. I don't know how to read. Oh no, she's regretting turning into a chicken nugget now. She's reflecting. I had hands. I had laughter that filled rooms. I had perfume and heels and skin that blushed under breath. I miss it. I miss me. I want to be Penelope again. I want to be kissed by lips, not ladled by spoons. She's giving up her crown. She's going back to the real world. I don't want to be dipped anymore, she whispered. I want to be held. Wait, so she went through all of that. She's like, I want to be a human so bad. Now she's like, oh, I want to be a chicken nugget again. Now she was cold and alone, unsatisfied. Suddenly she's sleeping with a guy and she's like, eat me like they did. Okay, we've known him for 5 seconds. You don't even know his name. Why would a man be there? Now she's just sleeping with everybody. He bites her while they're getting it on, and then he pauses. Then softly, you were the nugget. Wait, he wasn't a sauce? Was he just like a patron at the restaurant watching these anthropomorphic chicken nuggets and sauces like dancing around the table? She's met 3 human men in like the 5 minutes she's been back in human form. And I keep thinking, is one of them a sauce? But no, they're just these random men. Why am I reading about this random man's traumatic backstory? Why? Why am I reading more about his trauma? My wife was pregnant. A fire started in the kitchen one night. I wasn't home. She couldn't get out. What? This is the last page of a sentient object erotic novel, and I'm reading about this random man's pregnant wife dying in a house fire. And his sister died in a car accident the page before. So he was never a sauce? Where did he come from? Why? What just happened? The moral of the story is you need human touch to feel proper love. I'm sorry, the book thought it needed to teach me a lesson about looking for love as a sentient chicken nugget. First half of this book, 5 stars. Second half of this book, 1 star. I missed the sauces. Why would you do that? Why would you end it like that? Why couldn't have all the sauces just turned into people? They were all under this curse, and she did have to choose one by the end. Because her and that black garlic molasses, like they were really doing it for me. I'm infuriated. It's like when you're reading a love triangle book and she chooses the wrong guy, but it's like a dodecagon and she still chooses the wrong guy. And he didn't even turn out to be a sauce. Okay, so I read the first chapter, actually first 2 chapters of The Mysterious Society of Lady Scoundrels. I don't know, it didn't really do a lot for me, and I'm really surprised because I love India Holton. I've loved a book by her, and I thought this would just be exactly what I wanted to pick. Like, going into it, I figured this is what I would choose. And I read the first 2 chapters because the first I was like, I don't know, we're meeting this woman, Cecilia, and she's part of a ladies' society. And then we also meet a guy named Ned, who is an assassin hired to kill her. And we just got this whole, like, it was a lengthy chapter, kind of piratey assassin conversations. I don't always love when we're following someone who's being hired to kill. I think it's gonna be good. I just really wasn't pulled in by the first 2 chapters. And I gave it a good bit. Then I tried out the Nanny's Handbook to Magic and Managing Difficult Dukes. And this one I was intrigued by more until the end of that first chapter, because I found out that I think there's going to be a lot of like animal communication stuff, which I'm not super into. But it was 14 pages and we had a great setup. Emmeline is going to this Parasol Academy where she's being trained to be a nanny. And when you're a nanny in this academy and you have magic, you can only use your magic to help out. You're being trained to use your magic in ways that'll help out the people that you're caring for. And so she's headed on an interview in the very first chapter, and she accidentally messes up her spell and teleports to the wrong place and then can't necessarily fix it because she can only then use the magic if she's helping a person, like she's doing it to raise the children. And so now she's stuck on this roof, but then a raven appears and he starts talking to her. And I just don't love animal talking sidekick shape-shifting type books typically. She says as she just finished a chicken nugget romance. I'm trying not to be a negative Nelly, but those 2 did not intrigue me. So now I'm gonna try out the first chapter of these 2 and hope that one of these is the winner, and I hope it's this one because it's shorter. And of course, it is the 500-page book that intrigued me the most. A Most Agreeable Murder, I do still want to read, but I think I'm going to save it for the emotion video series that I'm doing because it got mentioned quite a few times in books that made people laugh, and it felt really lighthearted and fun in the first chapter. We're following a young woman, I'm not sure in what year it actually is, but it's near the time Bridgerton is set because she's talking about her dance card. Not that I know, how long of a time that existed in society. What am I looking for? I don't know. The year is not clear. Beatrice is our main character. She is obsessed with like true crime. And that's something she really cares about. I've been reading this for like 4 chapters now and I've forgotten how this one started. Oh yeah, we're going to meet this eligible bachelor named Edmund, I think it was. And he's gonna die before they can get married. Or I don't even know if they're really linked up, but they go to like this ball and maybe one of the sisters is gonna go for him and then he dies. And then she is like, well, I have to solve this mystery and I've read all of these books, so I feel like I'm perfectly qualified. But if everyone knew in society that she was obsessed with this thing, she would be like kind of cast aside or like not respected or whatever. So her family is like, you have to stop talking about dead people. Okay. And then this one still felt as historical as all the others, but it's in a fantasy world. And we have this girl and she has a couple sisters, and one of her sisters, why can't I remember her name? It's not in the synopsis, of course, because it's written from a first person perspective. I don't know why I can't remember her name. I'm trying to leave. She has a sister. Her sisters are Margot and May, and her name might be Odessa. And all the sisters just kind of do what they're supposed to do. They're part of this family in this fantasy world where they make alliances with the other kingdoms and whatever. And there's these monsters in the water. They're like these eel creatures. And all of the families kind of can't afford to be fighting with each other because they're fighting the monsters. And so there's this conflict that arises between their kingdom and another kingdom, or their family and another family or whatever. And basically this other family just slayed all of these monsters, and they were like, we have unlocked the 7 death chain and now we get to have one of your daughters. Meanwhile, Odessa was already promised to another guy, a family friend kind of thing. He's like 15 years her senior. Ew. And her sister was supposed to marry this guy from the other family kingdom. But when he arrives, him and his guard or whatever are like, no, we want Odessa. And Odessa's like, I couldn't possibly be chosen. Like, no one would ever want me in that way. And she's rebellious, and it kicked off the first chapter with her jumping off a cliff into the water because she's a free spirit. But her family can't like stop this thing from going through because she has to be the sparrow. Her sister's supposed to be the sparrow, but now she's gonna be the sparrow. And she's basically treated as a bargaining chip. Like they're saying, oh, we'll trade you for your daughter. And she's like, I'm a person, you son of a bitch. But eventually I'm sure she's gonna be into it. So we're going out for dinner. Happy Easter. And I'll tell you later on tonight how far I got into this before I have to go to sleep. We went out for dinner.
We did.
It was fantastic. Right?
That's big praise.
Well, I thought it was good.
It was really good.
And now we're filling Easter treats.
For our teenager.
We haven't done this in years, and I'm gonna hide them all over the house, and Liam's gonna wake up and he's not gonna be impressed. Ooh, let's put that $20 bill in one of them.
Okay. We'll grab the money. Should we make like some bad ones too?
No.
Like smush a banana in one or something?
He's going to the hospital tomorrow. That's not nice. We have these eggs. We have these eggs. We have these eggs.
You're not putting any of the gummies in there?
No, because they're not wrapped.
I know, I'm kidding. That'd be gross.
Oh, I also got something else. Peanut butter bunnies.
What?
Doesn't that sound good?
Don't waste them on the kid.
I hope they're individually wrapped.
Probably. Or they're all just perfectly wrapped that you can't get them because you're an adult.
Bad at opening things.
Closing doors too.
Locking doors.
Locking doors.
And unlocking doors. I guess we should taste them.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you need scissors too?
Oh!
That's good. It's like printed. It's okay. It's not a good ratio. You don't really want to thin the chocolate because they'd break.
I don't think this is gonna fit in here. This is not a reading update. I just wanted to show you. Where should we hide them?
I want him to fall asleep. I want to pull back the blanket and put one around his belly button and see if he'll move. In his shoe, that's always a good one. You put your foot in. I love that.
We could just put one with the bananas.
Put it on your flowers.
No way it's gonna balance here. I am halfway through this book. I also changed the Easter eggs to have little notes in each one, so they guided him to the next one in the morning. And I think he liked it, even though, you know, he's a teenager and too cool now for an Easter egg hunt. We still made it fun because we're hanging out at the hospital all weekend, and people keep asking like, what are you doing this weekend? And like, what are you doing for Easter? And we're like, we're here. Like, we're sitting in a hospital room for 4 hours every day for 3 days. And then I was like, oh my God, no, Liam needs some like fun. He needs some joy because he does these steroid infusions every single month. So we went out for dinner, and then he went to a friend's house, and I just got Liam an e-bike he's very excited about, and now he can just rip around, and the sun is out, and he did an Easter egg hunt. And now I'm completing this. This video is supposed to go live today. I have so much more to read. It's gonna be a late one. I'm almost 300 pages in. It's like a 500 page book, and the sequel just came out this week, or is about to come out. So if I love it, I don't think I'm gonna love it, but I think this could be a 4-star by the end. Then maybe I'll want to continue in the series, which would be crazy. It is a really classic setup as far as the different kingdoms. This hasn't actually happened yet, but I feel like we're going in a direction that a lot of fantasy romance do, or just fantasy in general, where a character is transported to another kingdom for whatever reasons, and she has to learn that the one she came from isn't everything that she knows it to be. Like, other people interpret hers differently, or everything she was told about a different one is untrue. That hasn't actually happened, but I feel like that's kind of the journey that we're on, because I can't imagine there's much more plot than that other than the monsters. What I'm having fun with is lots of training, because the people in this kingdom, no matter who you are, like from a young age, you're kind of training to be able to fight the monsters, like, or just to protect yourself. And that's not something she has had to worry about in hers, especially being a princess. And the thing is, I've never heard anybody talk about this book. I know, like, that's not to say people don't read it and review it, but I haven't listened to anybody fully talk about this book before. It's just been on my radar. I don't even know what capacity. Like, I loved the cover. It was in the Goodreads Choice Awards. I've never heard what it's about. And the synopsis doesn't really give you the love interest. So I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I feel like it's not, because it happens in the first, I don't know, 50 pages. You kind of get this idea that her and her betrothed, they get married, that he's not actually going to be the one for her. There's this guardian who's like his right-hand man, and he's very strong and takes down all these monsters and is very protective and is hired to like follow her everywhere she goes, and then chooses to train her. So they have a lot of training sequences together. It could change, like she could end up with Xavier, but they haven't spoken. Like, they've had maybe 2 conversations in 300 pages, and she's with the Guardian the entire time. Like, Xavier is off doing his own royal stuff, and she's just hanging out with the Guardian. And she has lots of friends that she's made. She has her ladies' maids, and she has random people she's meeting. And there hasn't really been much happening besides a couple monster encounters. And then she has stayed in this treehouse, really atmospheric, beautiful vibes, with everybody for a little bit of time, and now she's finally being moved to the kingdom where her husband is, but he's not really there, and he's very mysterious to everyone else in the kingdom. And her whole thing is she's kind of being a spy. Her father doesn't really want her, obviously, to be a part of the kingdom, but she's like, oh, I'll go along with it. But then also she's like, well, I'm gonna do spying things and maybe I'll kill somebody, and I don't really know. She feels clear with her task, but I don't know if she really is, and if she's not making plans. Like, she doesn't really have anything in the works. She's just listening to a lot of conversations. And now that she's gone from this little community to the palace or whatever, I wonder if she's going, like, if Xavier is going to be, I mean, he obviously is a love interest because it's her husband, but they have no interest in each other. And obviously the Guardian can't show interest in her because she's married to his king or his prince, but he's obviously enchanted by her. And from her perspective, she's like, oh, the Guardian, he's so sexy. But I have a husband, the Guardian, he's so protective, but I can't like him like that. And then they'll have these little conversations once in a while where she's like, I hate you. And he's like, I know. Don't forget it. It's like they both know that they're both attracted to each other, but they could never admit it. Ah! But at first the Guardian was very flirtatious. So I don't know if like Xavier has put something in place where he's like, no, stop flirting with my wife, because he's kind of toned it down. But at the beginning, she was like trying to find the crown prince's tent, and the Guardian was like, feel free to stumble into mine. Xavier likes to share. Imagine if he does share. Imagine this isn't just a love triangle. It's a polyamorous situation. That would be fun. But I just don't think Xavier is really interested. And the Guardian clearly is. I feel good about this. Being like a little over halfway through, I'm not disliking anything. I don't think it's my perfect romantasy by any means, but me not hating it, that's exciting. I just talked to you for a whole 10 seconds and I was not recording. Hello. I have finished the book. I am giving it a 3-star. I thought it would be higher, but I don't know, like once we lost tension between the couple, which happened at maybe like 70% of the way through, and I got answers of what their relationship was going to entail, and it just got all kind of lovey-dovey. That was good. I missed the tension. I feel like I like both of these characters. I especially liked him, and as is typical with a book like this, he loses a little bit of his fun personality when he gets the girl. And that's just not the most interesting thing. And then from there, it makes sense because once you lose the tension from the relationship, the tension has to mount in the fantastical way. And of course, that's what everybody's gonna like. But it just kind of felt like a dragon-y book at that point, and I thought it was fine. There were 3 different reveals in here. The first one, and like the biggest one, I saw coming, which was really disappointing because if I had been shocked by that, oh, I would have loved it. But the other 2 things, maybe not as impactful, they did surprise me. So I think this book was constructed well. I think it was written well. I liked both characters. I just didn't like them together necessarily. I don't really feel the chemistry, but I feel like the book was trying to convince me they had chemistry. You have to definitely like internal monologue to like this. The main character is just kind of unfamiliar with a lot of things, and she's asking a lot of questions. There is a big mystery element of this book. There is an illness that is sweeping the community, let's say, and there's a lot of questions to be answered, so she's asking incessantly. And you know what? It gets her answers, and she investigated well, and I thought it was fine. Maybe it's a 3.5. Okay, I'll talk myself into a 3.5. Thank you so much for watching. This is my Buzzword challenge for April. I think I might actually take a week off. Well, no, that's not true. I'll be posting on Wednesday, but I might take the vlogging portion out of the week. It's been a really long week. It's been a really long month, and I think I'm getting sick. So I'm just going to preemptively tell you I'm not going to post a vlog next weekend. I'm going to go ahead and say that, so you're not expecting one. And if you're looking for something, maybe you could go back and find an old vlog that you haven't watched yet. Or watch the other incredible booktubers putting out content. Yeah, so I completed this challenge. I completed this challenge. Next time around, I think it's make in the title, which I have a couple plans, a couple thoughts for. And then the cover challenge. Let's find out together and be surprised. Oh yeah, border around the cover. That'll be fun for May. Lots of options for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!